So I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Paul May with the May team of eXp Realty. Thanks for joining us. We're going to conduct these type of town meetings in a Facebook setting and in a Zoom setting to assist all of our people that have questions out there as to what's going on in the Las Vegas market. So thank you for joining us. And those of you that are on Facebook, thank you for joining us as well. I have with me my guests, Mr. Joe Cordone with Guaranteed Rate. But when it comes to conducting a purchase, that's why I have Mr. Joe Cordone here with us. And there's Joe's website. Joe, thanks for joining us. Can you hear me okay, my friend?
I can hear you perfectly. Thanks, Paul.
Terrific. Can you guys see Joe's website up there? Awesome. Now, Joe, if you could share with us, sir, some of the things that are going on in the mortgage market right now in regards to qualifying home buyers for loans. I know that in Las Vegas, currently we have a situation where there's a lot of people out of work and we're a service-oriented business, but there are still people with essential jobs. I would assume when it comes to currently qualifying someone to take advantage of the low interest rates, that's something that you're still able to help them do. Just share with us what's going on in the mortgage market right now.
Of course, happy to. So right now, when we're talking to applicants, as you touched on, we do need to make sure that they're working, but a large segment of Las Vegas and Henderson is still working. Yes, tourism helps boost the economy, but we have a great infrastructure and there's quite a few people still working. But we do need to validate that. So when we're talking to people, we are validating that they are working. And then obviously going through the normal pre-approval process where we're talking about income, assets, credit scores, things like that. So it's a normal pre-qualification. And then just outside of just validating their employment and then, obviously seeing how much they qualify for, talking about the current market. And as you touched on earlier, rates have been great. They've been going down consistently over the last few weeks. Now, I will say that over the last few weeks, so with the volatility in the mortgage industry and what's going on with Corona and things like that, we have seen some spikes with rates over the last couple of weeks. It's almost, I call it the roller coaster effect, where we've seen rates go up, we've seen them go down. Over the last 4 or 5 days, we've seen them tread down again. And as of this morning, they were probably the lowest I've seen in quite a while. So now is a great time to definitely get pre-qualified and try to take advantage of these low rates.
I actually have 2 buyers that have gone into contract during the beginning of COVID. We're still selling homes because of the fact that the mortgage rates are so attractive. Everyone needs a place to live. And so it's good to see that people are still, carrying on with their lives amidst what we're facing right now and living the American dream and coming in and buying a home. Is obviously something everybody wants to do despite the challenges that are happening. And there are people that want to move and ultimately find a new place or downsize or upsize depending upon their situation. And right now, because the rates are so great, they can actually take advantage of that. Right, Joe?
Absolutely. So all of the programs that were initially there are still available. There has been some changes, especially in the government section and jumbo section. But qualified buyers are still getting qualified and able to take full advantage of these low rates. So it is important in a time like this to work with a mortgage professional that has experience, that understands the market, and can work with your buyers to make sure that people are being pre-qualified with some of the changes that have gone on over the last couple of weeks.
Gotcha. Now Sylvia is asking, I'm currently in an escrow and the last rate quote was 3.75%. Is that the going rate right now, Joe, or is it really indicative of various things? Thanks for the question, Sylvia.
No, it's a great question. It varies depending on the type of loan that they're doing, loan to value, and credit score. So I don't know if she mentioned the type of loan she's doing. I mean, 3.75 is not a bad rate. But if she was doing, say, an FHA or VA loan, the rate on that is going to be quite a bit lower. On conventional, that's a competitive rate.
Gotcha. Now, when it comes to cash out refinancing, I know a lot of homeowners, especially, folks that need some equity out of their home. This is obviously a situation where a lot of people have equity because we've built up equity over the past few years. Are you experiencing cash out refinances, Joe?
Yeah, I've seen actually an uptick in people wanting to take out cash. I think part of it's due to they want that security of having cash on hand, and I think other people honestly want to take advantage of some of these opportunities for investment, either with homes or with the stock market. So we've seen a definite uptick with people wanting to take cash out right now.
Gotcha. And I noticed that your company has now become one of the first companies, it says here, close your customers with 0% physical human contact. Can you go over what that is? Obviously, it's something that is going to benefit everyone right now as far as not having to get out in the car and share what this is.
Yeah, I love what we've rolled out, especially during these tough times where people are uncomfortable having other people around, as you touched on earlier. So what this is we have the ability to do a complete beginning to end application with no human contact. It starts with doing an online application. It's followed up, obviously we'll do everything via phone and email after they do the initial application. The appraisers, we're getting a lot of appraisal waivers. So, you know, appraisals don't need to be done, but in the cases of when appraisals do need to be done on owner occupied and the majority of the second homes, we can now do drive-by appraisals or desktop appraisals. So again, appraisers are not needing to go into the homes and interact with anyone one-on-one. So if people didn't want appraisers in their home, they don't have to worry about that on owner occupied in the majority of second home purchases or refinances. So we can
Mm-hmm.
definitely assist with that. And then when it comes to signing, we have what's called flash close, where the buyers can sign a majority of their documents through DocuSign on their phone, tablet, or PC. And then we also have e-close, which is the ability to do a web-based virtual signing with a mobile notary. So again, you're not having to go into a title company and sign and be in front of someone, even if you're 6 feet apart. I know a lot of people just in these times, they're not wanting that human contact. So again, with our virtual online mobile notary, they don't need to do that. And we can, again, do everything cradle to grave without any human contact.
Wow, that's amazing. So as far as it's a mobile notary that agrees to conduct the signing and approve all of the documents without you physically having to sign.
That is correct. And we're doing that right now on conventional loans. We're waiting, we're trying to get permission from Jenny Mae and HUD to do this on government loans. So we're not able to offer the full e-close with the online mobile notary on FHA or VA, but we are in conventional at this time.
That's really cool. So now, when it comes to Fannie Mae loans, this is the website, Fannie Mae, that shows that right now foreclosure sales and evictions of borrowers are being suspended for 60 days on a federal guideline basis. The Fannie Mae website right here. 60 days is the amount of time the Fed says that they're going to hold off on foreclosures and evictions. Now, when it comes to a state guideline, it's 90 days. So here in the state of Nevada, we have a 90-day moratorium on foreclosures and evictions. So that's good news for all of the folks out there that are ultimately worried about what's going to happen. And the fact of the matter is that there's going to be forbearance loans. Joe, maybe you can talk about that a little bit as far as what they're doing as far as forbearance for homeowners that cannot continue to make their payments. Can you share some information on that, Joe?
Yeah, happy to. So what this is, it's set up for people in their owner occupied properties. So it's not really going to help people that have investment properties, but for your owner occupied properties, if you've been affected by the COVID-19 epidemic and you're out of work or seen your income drastically cut, you can call your current servicer, talk to them. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions. You're going to have to probably send them some documentation. And based on your level of income being cut, your debts, things like that, they can give you, most lenders are what they're doing is doing a 90-day forbearance right now and then reevaluating every 90 days. And
Gotcha.
I do want to point out though, the fact that it is a forbearance it is not releasing the people from having to make the payments eventually. It's just basically kicking the can down the street for 90, 120 days, 180 days. But at some point, they're either going to want that money made up, or they're going to have to do some type of loan modification at some point. But obviously, you know, that's an argument and a conversation for a later time. They're hoping that people will get back to work, you know, sometime in the next few months. You know, obviously we don't know how long this is going to last, but at some point go back to work, get caught up and make those payments. But they are trying to work with everyone that has been affected and out of work. So it's a lot different than 2008 and 9,
Right.
where lenders were playing games. The lenders really aren't playing games from what I'm reading so far and everything that's being reported. They truly are trying to help people that have been affected. They did point out they're getting a call from a lot of people that are still employed and making their normal income, and those people may not be able to do a forbearance. So this is for people that have been affected, had their job hours cut, you know, or had to go on furlough or be laid off. So,
Right.
you know, this is a great alternative for people who are worried about their mortgage payments and, you know, being able to stay in their home. They have that security now of being able to stay in their home for at least 90 days and hopefully a lot longer.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joe.
Yes, Sylvia.
And we're going to share all of this information live on Facebook later on with the link to connect. And Sandra, make sure and email me your list of links, and I'll add it to my list of links, and then we'll go ahead and share it with the public. I really appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
Everybody stay safe, and just like this too shall pass, this flu shall pass. So thanks a lot, everybody. I really appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Everybody have a great evening.
You guys.
See you later.